Do I really have to earn respect?
I would think so.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.
You know, we've created for you over 423 episodes of Life's Inside Track, where we learn how to actually love and respect each other more, how we actually strengthen, heal, and flourish in our relationships, even build our faith, even get a handle on our finances, and have some fun from time to time. And the great news is you can access them from home, the office, or on the go.
So the question is, do I have to earn respect?
I would say, yeah.
I would say no.
No?
No, I don't have to earn respect. I deserve respect.
Okay, so in this episode, what you're going to learn is that we desire, and there is a way to provide unconditional respect, just like there is a way to deliver unconditional love.
Is there really unconditional love? Because I haven't seen it, other than God.
And I think sometimes a parent has unconditional love for kids. We love our kids even when they do not nice things or they disappoint us.
Okay. And is it love when you kick them out of the house or disown them from the family because of their behavior?
Sometimes there's a whole thing about tough love. Enabling isn't love either.
Okay. Tell me more.
Well, I think the whole conversation of unconditional causes us to go down a path that is actually really confusing. What is unconditional? Is there no framework? Is there no boundaries? And if we're asking it around love, let's have the conversation about respect too.
So I think we get to respect boundaries to show our love. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's untypical to actually wholeheartedly, with no boundaries in place, be able to respect or love another.
That's deep.
Right. And so if respect has to be earned, then love has to be earned. And yet, because we deserve to be loved and we deserve to be respected, not because of our actions.
So let's say someone, when we were working retail many, many blue moons ago, and someone would come in and they were upset because their product broke or a piece was missing when they got home or whatever the case may be. And they are yelling, maybe being belligerent, maybe just not being nice, not being respectful
or loving
to me or the person behind the counter.
Right.
Does that give that person the right to be disrespectful back?
Well, here's the gig. And you've probably experienced this in your own home, because whether it was in a store or whether it's at home, in the past, I would more often than I'd like to admit, retaliate or react or respond, because I wasn't thinking I'm out to get you, except I would respond or react in like kind. So I would then become disrespectful. Maybe not as I worked in retail. I had learned how to navigate that situation and learned how to reel it back. But have you ever noticed that the closer you are to someone, the less self-control, the less responsible we tend to be for our reaction, or at least that was me. And so we have a tendency, the closer we are to someone, the more to let them have it, and the less connected we are, the more we seem to be able to use restraint. Have you ever found yourself like losing restraint and being disrespectful, even though it wasn't the right thing to do?
Right. So keeping our respect sometimes can be easier with strangers than with loved ones.
Much easier.
Much easier.
Well, it is, because they don't know how.
But aren't I more important to you than a stranger?
You are. It gets complicated, like I said. This is a complicated one. And yet, as soon as I act disrespectfully and or unloving, because he needs to earn it by being respectful and loving toward me, it escalates. It gets out of control, and all bets are off as to where it's going to go.
Right. Now, these are principles like gravity.
Yeah.
You can use gravity to your advantage or to your disadvantage. Like if you're falling off a roof, it might be to your disadvantage.
Yup.
If you're going to walk down the street or go jogging, gravity's to your advantage, right? If you're going to exercise and do push-ups, gravity is to your advantage because it's strengthening your muscles to be able to push against gravity and push your body up.
Right. And so, right. And this one here, I think a lot of times we can get into arguments. Recently we had a coaching client, and as we were talking about this concept of love and respect, it was totally new to her. She goes, well, I act nice. That's my coworker, my boss actually makes me crazy. I don't respect him. Like point blank, I don't respect him. I don't agree with his values. I don't agree with how he runs the business. I don't respect him. And so there was a lot of conflict.
Mm-hmm.
And so we tend to create conflict when we don't feel respect for the person simply because they're another human being on the planet.
Right. In this case, she had a little bit of respect because of his position and actually some disrespect because he did have authority over her because it was his business, his building. She was like a subcontractor underneath. And what we did was we said to her, okay, we want you, what things can you respect about him? Like, did he take a chance when he opened the business? Did he risk his livelihood to rent a space, right? Did he, does he show up to work every day? Does he manage the finances? Does he keep the hydro on and the lights on and the heat on?
And does he offer you opportunity that you wouldn't otherwise have?
Yeah. And are there clients there that you've received because you're underneath the umbrella of his business?
Right.
And all those things were yes, 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 yes. Right. And so we said, okay, let's do a respect test because she had something that she was dreading talking to him about, something that she wanted to do, but felt he might think she wasn't allowed or he'd want part of the money because it wasn't really falling underneath that business model. It was a separate business model. And then what she did was she told him all the things she respected about him first. And then she said, this is what I would like to do. And I wanted to honor you and let you know about it before you heard about it. So there'd be no misunderstandings because I really respect you. And two things happened.
Mind-blowing. Like when she came back on the call the following week, she couldn't believe because she'd never heard the concept of respecting unconditionally and finding the things you could respect for. And what happened was she actually respected him and he gave her everything she wanted. And her opinion of him actually changed. His listening opened up and her opinion changed.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Wow. So anytime you want to try the respect test, do it. It's a really cool experience. It takes courage and it's worth it.
Thanks for the privilege of growing alongside you because we're passionate about families thriving in their life, both at home and in business.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.